Hi, I'm Lynn Zakeri, and I'm a clinical mental health therapist located in the Chicago area but licensed in many states. Today, I'm going to talk about the 5 things that you can do if you're experiencing burnout from work. Number 1, you have to complete the stress cycle. I'm starting with this first one because as a therapist, sometimes I haven't personally experienced all of the things that my clients might bring to me. Burnout, something I can relate to. And number 1 was my aha moment. It was the information that made sense for me and how I could move through my stress cycle. And that's exactly what you need to do. You need to reset your stress cycle. What doesn't work is distracting yourself, scrolling, zoning out, collapsing on the couch. That's not the reset. That's not going to do much for your dysregulated system. What does work is you need to let your body move through it. For some people, that's moving. For others, that's laughing, that's connecting, it's going for a walk, it's exercising. And it's also a good cry, which is personally my favorite. A good cry, a big deep breath, some self-talk about I can do this, and nervous system reset. Number 2, sleep and rest are not negotiable. You need to sleep and rest in order to not just prevent burnout, but also get yourself through it to the other side. What it's not is saying, I'll catch up on my sleep on the weekend. Rest is a luxury. I'll rest when I'm done. I'll sleep when I'm done. No, sleep and rest helps you get it done. Helps you get it done faster, with a healthier mindset, and with more productivity. You need to make your sleep and rest time a non-negotiable. Number 3, boundaries and saying no. This can be kind of confusing for people, especially if boundaries have been confusing from past experiences, even from your family of origin. Being able to say no and have boundaries does not mean you're selfish, does not mean you're not doing it all. It doesn't mean you're difficult. And what you can't do is wait until you've collapsed to finally turn off. What does work is knowing where your priorities are, what isn't negotiable, what is able to wait, and what you can even ask for help or delegate. Number 4, this is one we talk about in my office a lot that can really help people realign with their values and identify their burden. I can't delegate that. It's on me. I'm the one who has to do it. How about this one? If I don't do it, it doesn't get done right. That's a real familiar line for a lot of people. So what this won't be and what it isn't, you can't power through every responsibility. Carrying a burden of that extreme thinking that this is going to taint your reputation if it's not done perfectly, or I need to look capable to complete everything, or I will lose it all. Those kind of all or none thinkings can really feel heavy. So how do you manage the burdens and realign with your values and your priorities? You separate the shoulds from the definitely have to. What really matters? Talk about those what ifs. Sometimes the outcome, when you say it out loud, isn't really as catastrophic as the inner voice is leading you to believe. Name the burden and realign with your value and purpose about why you're doing this in the first place. And the 5th one, I like this one a lot too. It's helpful for me. Talk to someone. Use your trusted support. Burnout is so much bigger when it just lives here in isolation. A therapist, a mentor, a friend, a family member. When it lives in your head, the weight gets heavier and the fears get louder. What doesn't really work is venting or looking for reassurance. It'll be fine. You always get it all done. If you are a hard worker, you know that, yeah, but is kind of the response. What does help? You need somebody to reflect back to you what you're actually saying, what sounds objective, what you can do. Probably you have a lot of the answers yourself, and somebody you trust might be able to even brainstorm with you some ideas to make this burden less heavy, to make it more purposeful, to make it manageable. Because the truth is, you're not going to quit your job. Sometimes a vacation isn't quite enough, and your day-to-day needs to feel lighter. When you have a trusted connection, it can be that regulator that you need that you can't always generate alone. Look, I've been there. but it's behind me. And knowing that I got through the burnout phase gives me confidence if I feel it creeping in again. Burnout is manageable. Burnout is something that you work through and actively take care of instead of keep pushing. And burnout comes when you're carrying too much for too long. You're still functioning and you're depleted. These strategies help you work through it. And sometimes just having that insight and knowing your why and being self-reflective can help you maintain that consistent level of feeling good about your work without feeling the burnout.